Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then make sure to click the subscribe button down below before we get into today's video. Now if you watched my last video a few weeks ago when I reviewed a kid's toy called Paint Station, you'll know I had an absolute ton of fun. And I was actually quite impressed with the toy itself, so I did a little bit of hunting and tried to figure out and see if I could find any kind of similar toys or any other things that kind of sparked my interest, and I came across this. Now this one's by Crayola, and I did buy it in English, but for some reason it is in Spanish, German, French, I have no idea, but it's in a different language. Don't think it really matters. But we'll have a look on Amazon and see what it says about this. Right, so this is the one I bought here, and apparently it's a Crayola 747084 Spin Art Maker Kit Multicolor. I don't think that's the actual title, I think that's Amazon for some reason has put that title. And basically, it looks like it's essentially a little spin tool that you create paintings with, similar to Damien Hirst's spin paintings and that kind of process. And I am familiar with it. I have done several paintings using this process before. They're all available on my website, www.anthonycrammond.com/shop, if you're interested. So I am familiar with the process, so I have high expectations for this. I am obviously aware it's a kid's toy, but still, I'm hoping it's decent. Crayola Spin Art Maker, create your own custom swirly spin art, use the mixing guide to create your own designs with the colours you choose, blah blah blah. It's got some white crayons in for some reason, I don't know why. Yep, it seems fine, doesn't have a lot of information about it. So there's a review here that says the kids enjoy it, however, watch out for the ink, it's not exactly washable. I would have thought Crayola would have used washable inks, so it's inks it comes with and not paint. Okay, that's fine. There isn't an advert for this one, but I'm going to have a quick look on YouTube just to see if we can find one. I couldn't find an advert for this, but I think I found something similar, although I'm slightly jealous I didn't buy this one, so let's have a little look.
Color washes out with yourself. You can beat anything.
Yeah, well, you know, that... It's disappointing because I think I would have preferred to have that, but, you know, never mind. But no, I couldn't find an advert for the other one, but it seems like it's just a spin art thing, and it should be alright, so let's dive straight in and see what's inside. Right, so we have crayons. I'm not sure why they give you crayons for, but they do. And you've got these little inks as well. Red, yellow, and a blue. Some disc papery things, some instructions. And I don't think this needs batteries either. Oops. Ah, yeah. That's nice. Right, okay, so we have the paper things. How much was this? Right, so, stop. So this was 16 quid. It's built alright. It feels quite strong and sturdy. It's a hard plastic. You don't really need much assembly or anything. All I had to do was put this kind of plunger in. I think it's pretty straightforward. I don't think we need instructions. You get a decent amount of ink in the bottles as well. They're not super tiny, so that's alright. Again, yeah, I'm not gonna use the crayons. These paper things, I assume, clip in to here, like so. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is the fact that it doesn't have a guard on, and if that review was right and the ink's really hard to get out, I don't particularly want to get ink on me. So it's worrying. Thing is, it's quite hard to push down actually. Have I got it in right? Okay, right, so we'll add some ink. I'm already amused. I'm knackered already. Okay. I'll add some yellow. And we'll try a bit of red. Right, the paint, or the ink, is somehow getting out. I don't know how, but there's some on my table here. I think it's just splashing out. Oh, I'm just wondering as well whether the ink smells nice like the paint in the last one. No. No, it doesn't smell of anything. The inks are fine, they're a bit not particularly pigmented. And the thing is, I don't know whether it's me, but it's a lot of hard work. I think if you were a little kid, you would kind of struggle to keep pushing this down. Although I do have the muscle mass of like a 1-year-old, but still. Right, I'm bored. It's fine, it's kind of fun. It's so messy, it's going to be so messy to take this out. Right, there we go, there's my masterpiece. You know, I don't think it's as entertaining or as fun as the kind of, or as clever as the paint station that we tested out last time, but it's okay, it's fine. It seems to be a little messier than the previous product, and it seems limited as well. Obviously you can only do a certain thing with it, and that's basically it. You get like a limited amount of paper. I suppose you could always cut some of your own paper and put it in there if you run out. And for £16, I suppose it's fine for any kind of kids who are wanting to be a little bit creative, a little bit messy. It's well put together, it's fine, it's a fine product. It's just a little bit boring, and it's quite hard. That little plunger thing is quite difficult. Like, I've got a bit of a sweat on using it. So I don't know how little kids will cope with it. I think if I was a parent as well, I'd be really worried about how messy it was going to be, and it's obviously a runny ink, it's going to get places, it's going to get everywhere. It managed to get on my desk, and obviously I was pretty careful with it. It's just okay. It's just okay. It's not too bad, but I'll show you some of the spin art that I've done before. So like I've done this one, and this was in... like, it was hanging up in the studio behind us. You've probably noticed it before if you've watched my content. And yeah, it's a similar process as what they're doing here. It's just kind of less sophisticated and more limiting, because you're using a very, very small little contraption to create your paintings and whatnot. But I suppose I'm kind of talking about it as if it's this like fantastic genius invention. It's a kid's toy. I need to remember that it's a kid's toy. I need to stop thinking that it's something better than that. But to summarise with this kind of spin art Crayola product, would I recommend buying it? You know what, I would. I would. For £16, it wasn't too bad, and I can imagine some young kids would have a lot of fun with it. But it definitely isn't as kind of creative or as exciting as the paint station one. I don't think anything ever will be, but it was fine. These little inks that you get were, you know, they were alright. They weren't too bad. They weren't anything amazing. They didn't smell nice, and the kind of little spinner thing was I don't know why, but it's quite hard to press. I can imagine it's going to be a bitch to clean and you're going to have a lot of tidying up to do, but other than that, yeah, not bad. But let me know down in the comments below whether you've tested this out before, whether you've got one, whether you would go out and buy one now, and what your kind of thoughts are on this product, especially if you have kids or if you are a child. It's alright, it's fine. But if you find any kind of similar products to this, any kind of kids painting toys or any other unusual kind of arty toys, or even art products that you want me to try out, then leave a link down below in the comments or let me know in the comments below what it is and I'll see if I can get it. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, and again, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!